starts right now.
Tonight, we have learned someone has been arrested in connection with the threat against San Antonio's Jewish community, according to the Anti-Defamation League.
Yeah, the threat today prompted law enforcement to request the community not to gather at Jewish centers until further notice. As the Night Team's Lee Waldman reports, anti-Semitism is on the rise in our area.
In 2021, ADL tabulated over 2,700 anti-Semitic incidents throughout the United States. This is the highest on record since we've been tracking these since 1979.
Messages of hate and bigotry towards the Jewish community are on the rise.
Unfortunately, hate has increased. We've seen that through history, and we are seeing that again.
The Anti-Defamation League Southwest region, which includes San Antonio, recorded 39 anti-Semitic incidents in 2021, more than double the year before. Just days ago, District 9 City Councilman John Courage addressed anti-Semitic flyers found in his district.
I just ask people to understand that we're all in this together, and we need to work together to fight this kind of hateful message that comes into our community.
Today's threat against a synagogue prompted the cancellation of Shabbat services, a day of rest in the Jewish faith. We learned from the ADL a generalized threat was made against a Jewish institution on Thursday, and within the last 24 hours, that threat narrowed in on a San Antonio synagogue. Hours later, the Jewish Federation of San Antonio stated the FBI is reporting, quote, no known imminent threat is in effect any longer for the San Antonio area Jewish community. They continued on to state, we recommend staying vigilant and aware of your surroundings at all times. We are pleased to share the urgency of concern has been lowered, unquote. We later learned a suspect has been apprehended.
It is so imperative that people call out hate, discrimination, and bias in all forms when they see it.
Tobin mentioned it's important to call out hate whenever we see it. If you see anything threatened, you can call local police by 911 if it's an emergency. You can also report potential threats to your local FBI field office by calling 210-225-6741, or you can report those tips online at tips.fbi.gov. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Lee. Tonight, Governor Greg Abbott says state law enforcement has started returning migrants to the border of Texas and Mexico. Around 30 minutes ago, the governor posted on Twitter saying, quote, today, the Texas Department of Public Safety began arresting illegal immigrants and returning them to the border with Mexico, end quote. Earlier this week, Kinney County Sheriff Brad Coe took 4 suspected migrants back to the border after he says there was no federal help.
Security video from inside Robb Elementary during the massacre may be released in the coming days. It's over an hour of footage showing what happened before the officers entered the classroom that day. The Texas House Committee is expected to release the video on Monday during the next hearing. The video is from inside the hallway and will contain no audio. Texas DPS officials released a letter supporting the release of the video, saying it will not harm their investigation. Uvalde's mayor also put out a statement supporting the release of the video, saying it will likely bring clarity to the public and victims' families. The hearing is scheduled for Monday morning at 9.
Tonight, San Antonio police are investigating a shooting at a Southside apartment complex. That shooting happened just after midnight in the 8200 block of South Flores. When officers arrived, they found a man lying in the grass with a gunshot wound. A witness says he heard 2 men arguing, then several gunshots. The witness also said he saw the suspect's vehicle going south on South Flores. The shooter has not been found yet. At last check, the victim is in critical condition.
Live Oak police trying to find out if a motorcyclist who crashed into a barrier was intoxicated. This happened around 11:30 last night on I-35 near Topperwine Road. Police say someone was driving by and called police after seeing a man lying in the street. According to police, the motorcyclist lost control and hit a barrier on the interstate. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he is expected to be okay. Police are still investigating and no charges have been filed yet.
7 people able to escape an overnight fire at a home over on the north side. That fire broke out around 3:45 this morning in the 600 block of Rosewood Avenue. The San Antonio Fire Department says the fire started in the attic. Fire investigators say it was likely started due to a faulty electrical outlet. Fire officials say 7 people made it out fine, but 1 cat died of smoke inhalation.
To another fire right now, investigators trying to figure out how a fire started in a used car lot on the east side. The flames first sparked around 4 this morning on South WW White Road near Lavender Lane. Firefighters believe it started with one car and spread to several others. We spoke to one employee who's also the owner's nephew. He told us they've had issues with break-ins and thefts, but never something like this. The business does have security cameras installed. However, they were not working this morning. The owner's hoping surveillance cameras at a business across the street might help.
They're pretty good, neighbor friendly with us. Anytime we need help, they're always there too, and vice versa. So, I mean, that'd be our best bet, to go over there and ask to see if they have any footage of anything that happened.
The cause is still under investigation. We do know arson investigators collected evidence from the scene and are looking into it. The fire caused about $50,000 in damages.
It was another hot one out there today. We hit 104 degrees here in San Antonio, and doctors don't want you to underestimate how this heat affects your health. Some heat illnesses are common, while others can be fatal. A local expert told the Night Team's Camelia Juarez what you need to look out for.
You would think we would be used to the heat by now.
It seems like this has been an especially hot summer. We've had quite a bit of heat illness.
Dr. Stephen Moore with UT Health San Antonio says seniors are especially vulnerable in poor AC or while taking heart medication. People working outdoors or even the fittest athletes can have a heat stroke if they're outside during peak hours or not dressed appropriately.
Heat stroke is life-threatening. It's a true emergency.
So it's crucial people take the symptoms seriously. It
starts with somebody that's sort of confused, and then they can have problems walking, and then they go into seizures and coma, and then death. So it happens actually pretty rapidly.
While drinking water is important, it's not enough, because the more you sweat, the more salt your body loses, which can make you sick.
If it gets too low, then you start out acting yourself. It affects how your brain works. And you can have seizures, and you can die from it.
Only electrolytes in drinks like Gatorade or Pedialyte can keep you from losing salt. So Moore encourages people to pair water with electrolytes.
Typically, if you're outside and you're starting to cramp, especially like multiple muscle groups, usually the thought is that it's because your electrolytes, specifically sodium's low.
Now, heat exhaustion can sneak up on you, so it's important to know the signs. If someone's feeling nauseous, fatigue, or dizzy, they may be experiencing heat exhaustion, and you should get them inside, get them in a cool room, and maybe put a cold towel on them. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
Cooling centers around the city will be open into next week. Right now on KSAT.com, we have a full list of all available cooling centers, so you can find the one closest to you and get some heat relief. Those cooling centers, again, will be open during normal business hours.
And they will be much needed.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be cooling off anytime soon here, Adam.
Well, define cooling off. Upper 90s, does that count?
I guess at this point, I don't know.
Anything less than 104 is all right with me.
Okay, well, we'll trim off a few degrees. We're just going to have to give it a few days. Yeah, we're going to be in this for a few more days, even back to work on Monday. You'll be feeling the same heat. Today, officially 104. That's 1 degree shy of the record high and a good 10 degrees above average for this time of year. Cotulla made it up to 109. Pleasanton as warm as 106. New Braunfels, you were 107. Even Hondo, 106 for the high temperature today. And today actually marked the 31st 100-degree day so far this year. We averaged 9 per year here in San Antonio. And it wasn't just us, but everywhere across the state, we were feeling the heat. Triple digits for most of the Lone Star State. At least some of us will see a cool shower tomorrow afternoon, and one from Mother Nature, not in your bathroom, okay? We'll talk about these rain chances in a bit.
Thank you, Adam. President Biden signed an executive order expanding access to medication, abortion, and emergency contraception, but protesters are demanding more.
Yeah, today thousands gathering in Washington, D.C. for a march to the White House as at least 14 states have ceased nearly all abortion services. Here's ABC's Morgan Norwood with the details.
Thousands of abortion rights advocates descending on the nation's capital Saturday, holding a rally.
We didn't seek this fight. We didn't start this fight. We did not ask for this moment. But guess what? we're ready anyway.
Then marching to the White House, demanding that the Biden administration take action to protect abortion rights. On Friday, the president signed an executive order that expands access to medication abortion, emergency contraception, safeguards patient privacy, protects mobile clinics used to offer care to out-of-state patients, and bolsters legal efforts to protect the right to travel out-of-state for abortions. But some say that's not enough.
I don't think the president is doing enough. I think that we as Americans have to stand up and protest, and then the government will fall in line with that.
In the 2 weeks since the Supreme Court decision that overturned Roe v. Wade, at least 14 states have stopped nearly all abortion services. Louisiana, the latest, where a temporary restraining order blocking the state's trigger laws has expired, effectively banning abortion for now.
I think today the judge got it right. We certainly intend to continue to defend the laws of the state and to enforce those laws.
Lillian Newton is a patient advocate at New Hope Medical in Shreveport.
We are still fighting this. We will be here as long as we possibly can be to answer questions.
Abortion rights advocates there are now hoping for a successful legal challenge to the state's ban. The case delayed, transferred to a different court's jurisdiction. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Still ahead on the Nightbeat, we go behind the kitchen door, how a San Antonio restaurant lost its license temporarily, but was still able to operate. Plus, we'll take you out to the Frio River where the flow rate there is at 0. Why one Garner State Park employee says this shouldn't stop you from planning your next family trip there.
And after the break, we're going to show you a rare flower with a unique smell at the San Antonio Zoo and tell you about the special moment that happened right in front of it. That story coming up. So a very rare flower is expected to bloom at the San Antonio Zoo in the next few days. There it is.
Yeah, this is the corpse flower. Fewer than 1,000 are estimated to be in the wild. What makes the flower unique is its very powerful smell. The corpse flower also can grow to around 8 feet tall, which allows that smell to travel even further.
After it blooms, the blossom lasts anywhere from 1 to 4 days. So what does this flower smell like exactly? Well, we asked a worker at the zoo.
You are going to smell something that's been described in a myriad of different ways, ranging from rotten flesh, stinky cheese, moldy bread. I mean, you name it, anything nasty.
So it smells like my college fraternity refrigerator. I don't think I need to wait in line for that. At the corpse flower exhibit, though, we were able to catch this proposal. Family and friends cheering on this couple during the proposal in front of the flower with handwritten signs. And we are told she did say yes.
Well,
so
I'll say,
I wonder, does that make her the corpse bride, like the movie? Corpse flower, corpse bride?
It might. That's a unique proposal, I'll say. I've never heard of it before. So
yeah.
Props to them.
Congrats to them. I hope they have a long, non-smelly life together. I don't know what else.
It was hot out there, though, when they were there. So
you know, combine that odor with the heat.
It wasn't stinky yet, though.
You're right, not yet.
The proposal was well thought out because it's not
yes.
smelling.
But once that smell does hit with the heat, ooh, baby, that's going to be ripe. Oh, right. It's like a once in a lifetime to go smell that. I'm really curious. Okay, let's talk about the heat. It's going to be, I think, a little bit warmer the next couple of days compared to what we had today. We were 104 today, tomorrow 105, Monday 105. By the way, those would be record high temperatures today. We missed it by a degree. There's our little not as hot trend. I'm not going to call it a cooling trend, but 98, 98 by Wednesday and Thursday of this coming work week. So we will see temperatures dip back down as that upper level heat high slides a little further to the north and west of our area and loosens its grip a little bit. Right now, we're still at 95 degrees. Dew point at 57, though. So when you calculate the heat index, it actually feels like a degree lower than the actual air temperature. That's the thing. When it comes to this type of a weather pattern, it's very sticky and humid in the morning. By the afternoon and early evening, that humidity mixes away. Drier air aloft comes downward, and it keeps our heat index under control a little bit. a little bit. Let's talk about it here. First, actual air temperature still at 91 Castroville, 92 Pleasanton, Canyon Lake at 93, Bandera at 86 degrees, Hondo at 94, and 97 still, Del Rio and Cotulla. So feeling the heat. And the heat index not playing a role right now, but it is going to over the next couple of afternoons. So let's get right to it. First of all, tomorrow morning, right near 80 degrees. I think most of us in the upper 70s. And then by the afternoon, we make it up to 105 in San Antonio, Cotulla up to 110. That should be the hot spot. And tack on another 2 to 3 degrees to these temperatures to get your heat index, or the feels like factor, for tomorrow afternoon. That's just for about a 3 to 4 hour stretch during the hottest part of the day. Stone Oak 104 tomorrow, La Jolla 107, Elmendorf 106, and Seguin 107. But it's going to feel like it's closer to 108, we think, around San Antonio, not just tomorrow afternoon, but on into Monday as well. So we're talking the excessive heat still in effect, and we're going to feel it going back to work on Monday. Tuesday, we start to see that slide. Wednesday and Thursday, just a hair under 100 degrees. Baby steps, minor improvements. We had a few showers in parts of Texas today, especially to the north and west of San Antonio, particularly parts of the Hill Country, Edwards County, Real County, Kerr County, Bandera County, up to an inch in some highly isolated and localized rural parts of those counties. And I do think tomorrow the odds and chances get spread elsewhere. Let's talk about our future cast. A lot of sunshine tomorrow, don't get me wrong, another sunny and hot day, but some of those puffy, patchy cumulus clouds into the afternoon by 2-3 o'clock could start dropping a few showers. Don't pay close attention to the exact placement here at 3 o'clock and then again at 4 o'clock. We go on to 5 o'clock. Just the mere fact that even the future cast is in line with saying, yeah, we'll have enough instability. We should get hot enough to generate a few of those cooling downpours just for some lucky neighborhoods, about a 20 to 30% chance. So here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. 79 at 7 a.m. By the noon hour, we're already 98 degrees. And then we make it up to 105, feeling like it's closer to 108 with that slight chance of some pop-up random afternoon showers. Cross your fingers for your neighborhood. I know odds aren't necessarily in your favor, but maybe tomorrow's your lucky day. And then, as I mentioned, temperatures drop a bit middle of next week.
And if you don't get the rain, you get to be grumpy all week.
You've earned it.
Is that the rule?
I'm just looking at Caskey's weekend shoe attire, and it is...
I'll show y'all later. If you stick around for the next half hour, I'll show you.
They are
I'll share it.
On point.
Looks like the weather maps. All right, Larry, the Spurs young guns getting a chance to show off their talents.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Blake Wesley out of Notre Dame is known for his blow-by-you speed, but yesterday in the Spurs Summer League opener, young man showed that he can score as well. Plus, Nalissa Smith is participating in Wnba All-Star Weekend. Coming up.
That's the one thing I did expect. I didn't know if it'd be good or bad. I expected fireworks early, right? I expected to go 90 miles per hour and we might crash the car.
Spurs Summer League head coach Mitch Johnson is talking about his rookies playing too fast to start because they were just amped up for their first pro game in big board sports. Spurs rookie and first-round draft pick Blake Wesley showed out in his professional debut yesterday in Las Vegas. The 19-year-old played a team-high 31 minutes, and he scored 20 points to go with 5 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and 3 turnovers in the Spurs' 99-90 loss to the Cavaliers. Wesley shot 7 for 16 overall, and he made 3 of 4 3-point attempts. He started off the game fast and furious, stealing the ball 13 seconds into the contest and missing a 21-footer at the other end. He put up 3 shots in the first 2 minutes, and he couldn't connect. So Coach Johnson subbed Wesley out with 6:46 left in the first quarter and then put him back in about 3 minutes later. So what did Coach tell Wesley when he took him out of the game?
You don't want to overdo it. It's his first game. Like, part of it could be he's just nervous, right? I think it's just more, you're a blur. When people, when they overreact or when you draw a crowd, someone's probably open, right? That's just kind of the easiest way to put it in something that's one of the staples that Pop talks about all the time. If you see a crowd, somebody's open, we get rid of it. So I think just that simple concept. It's not, you don't want to do the Monday morning quarterback on every play. Hey, on this one you should have done that, but on that one you made the shot, so I'm going to let it go type thing. So
for sure, I kept my confidence. If you miss 3 shots, I'm going to keep shooting keep engaged to the game. So I don't know if they took me out for that, but I just learned from it and just got right back in the game. I knew I was going back in the game, so to do that was special.
One look at second-year guard Josh Primo, and it's obvious he's bulked up during the offseason. He's 19 and still filling out, of course. Primo scored 20 points on the strength of 5 three-pointers made, and coach says Primo is leading by example.
I think obviously Primo being a vet is the one that's trying to do that, which is a positive. I think, we have to be careful to not push that, right? We want that to happen naturally, but I think he did a good job.
We learned during the game that Jeremy Sohan is dealing with a hamstring injury that he suffered before the NBA draft. Because of that and his lack of conditioning after missing Vegas training camp due to COVID-19, Jeremy is out of action. So the Spurs will face the Warriors tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. as they continue Las Vegas Summer League play. Monday, they'll hoop it up with the Rockets at 6 p.m. before taking on the Hawks Thursday afternoon at 2. Number 1 overall draft pick Paolo Banchero is having a great time in Las Vegas on the basketball court. Check out this steal and 360 slam dunk against the Kings today. Banchero had 23 points, 6 boards, 6 helpers, 4 steals, and 2 block shots in Orlando's 94-92 double overtime win against the Kings. He also came up with the game-winning block and assist in the second overtime. Rookie Nalissa Smith took part in the Wnba All-Star Skills Challenge today in Chicago, representing East Central High School and the Indiana Fever. The Skills Challenge featured 8 teams, each consisting of 1 Wnba player and 1 athlete from the Elite Youth Basketball League, participating in the 2022 Nike Nationals. Smith beat Courtney Vandersloot after her 3-pointer knocked out Sloots. She then beat Jonquel Jones in the semis, advancing to the finals where she lost to Sabrina Ionescu. Now, Allie Quigley won the 3-point shooting contest to become the first 4-time 3-point champion in WNBA or NBA history. The WNBA All-Star Game is tomorrow at noon right here on KSAT 12. Dak Prescott needs a rookie to pick up the slack. We got it later in sports.
Thanks, Larry. We'll look forward to it.
I'll be right back. A Vietnamese and Thai restaurant here at home is back in business after having its license temporarily suspended due to a roach infestation.
Yeah, I went behind the kitchen door this week to see if the place had been cleaned up. This week's BKD takes us to the Northwest Side, where this Vietnamese and Thai restaurant, Pho For You, located in the 10,700 block of Petranco, was recently shut down by the health department. When an inspector visited in late May, they found all kinds of problems, many of them insect-related. In fact, there were so many live roaches and dead roaches in the establishment that the health inspector suspended their license and ordered a reinspection. The inspector noted dead roaches in the microwave, live roaches in a box of gloves. They were on shelves where foods were stored and being prepared. More roaches in the hand washing sink in the kitchen and in the coolers and cold hold units. I stopped by this week to see what they've done to deal with the infestation. Hi, I'm Tim with KSAT. I wanted to see if I could talk to you about the recent report that you guys had. Were you able to get rid of the roaches and everything that were written up here?
Yeah, we already called the from the pest control.
This manager showed me a receipt for the exterminator they hired. He said the business just reopened 2 weeks ago. I called Metro Health to make sure they had reinstated the license.
Yeah, it does look like it was reinstated.
The restaurant ended up with a score of 75, but they hadn't posted that report as required. Instead, they still had this outdated report posted that shows they had a score of 90. You're supposed to have this one posted.
So I have to waiting for her to come back.
That's what was behind the kitchen door this week. Several restaurants also got perfect scores. To see who did a good job, just use your phone, scan that QR code, and it'll take you right to our perfect scores database over there on KSAT.com.
Well, believe it or not, some children will be heading back to the classroom in just about a month. So today, a local business helped kids prepare for back to school. This morning, the Mexican-American Unity Council hosted a backpack and school supply giveaway for families in need. Walmart's mobile health unit was also at the event. They offered free health screenings for things like eyesight and BMI for both adults and children. Around 750 backpacks were given to children today, as well as $9,000 in gift cards to help cover back-to-school expenses.
Today, an area nonprofit hosted a spaghetti dinner and meatball eating contest. It was all for a good cause. This afternoon, the 100 Club of San Antonio held its 24th annual spaghetti dinner. All proceeds from the event are used to help the families of fallen or injured first responders in San Antonio. As you see here, there was also a meatball eating contest between local law enforcement and first responders. And the Bexar County Sheriff's Office won the contest again. The 100 Club of SA Spaghetti Dinner will continue again tomorrow from 11 until 6.
Those bibs are too clean for an eating contest.
Yes. All right, there's no question that this year will certainly go down in history as one of our hottest. But for the rest of the world, the number shows the weather is hotter across the globe.
Yeah, the World Health Organization estimates that between 2030 and 2050, climate change will cause 250,000 additional extra deaths per year. That's due to malnutrition, malaria, diarrhea, and heat stress. Ursula Perry shows us ways that you can help stop the change.
You've probably heard about how climate change can affect the environment, but what about your health? A new Swedish study found more people become hospitalized due to hyponatremia, a serious electrolyte disorder, when temperatures surpass 59 degrees Fahrenheit. The study authors predict that if the temperatures rise at the rate projected in the next few years, more cases of this will increase by about 14%.
Protecting the environment can seem like a really overwhelming task, but in fact, little things matter.
Start by limiting meat consumption. Meat and dairy are responsible for 14.5% of man-made global greenhouse gas emissions. Also, choose LED bulbs. They use a quarter of the energy. Turn your water heater down to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. This can save about 550 pounds of CO2 a year. Bike or use public transportation when you can. An average car produces about 5 tons of CO2 each year. And buy your clothing at the thrift shop. The average American discards about 80 pounds of clothing a year, and 85% of that ends up in landfills.
And concerns about the heat are not just a San Antonio thing. According to NASA, the average surface temperature of the Earth has risen 2 degrees Fahrenheit since the 19th century, and the last 7 years have been the hottest on record. So the next time you think about buying a new pair of jeans, keep in mind it costs about 2,400 gallons of water to produce that pair you want. Ursula Perry, KSAT 12 News.
Well, coming up, the heat and drought conditions are causing the Frio River to flow at 0. But that shouldn't stop you from taking your next trip there. We'll tell you why next.
Sticking with our theme of hot things, many South Texas rivers are running low this year, of course, due to the drought and heat wave. The Frio isn't any different. It recently recorded a 0 flow rate.
So we wanted to take a look for ourselves. Our RJ Marquez took the trip to Garner State Park to check out the conditions along the Frio River.
It's becoming a familiar sight at many local rivers. Low water levels leading to rocky patches and long stretches where water should be flowing.
We've had a dry season and the rains are not coming around quite as often.
Brett Rimkus has worked at Garner State Park for more than 20 years. He took us along the swimming area of the Frio River.
So we're still getting flow here. There are springs that go up and down this river that fill it in as it goes along the way.
On Friday, the U.S. Geological Survey recorded a river flow at Concan of 0.5 cubic feet per second, which the survey reports as an all-time low for this day of the year. Rimkus believes there's still water running under the rocks, but the flow is not ideal for tubers.
Ideal tubing conditions is probably 50 to 75, even up to 100 cubic feet per second. Right now, you're looking at an area of the dam which is flowing still 25%.
And as you can see, there is still water out here at the Frio River. Directly to the right of me, you can see many families are still enjoying the day swimming out here, but water levels are obviously lower than in previous years. Now to the left of me, you can see where the extensive drought has affected many stretches of the Frio River. This area right here has extremely low water levels. The Nueces County River Authority recently tested the Frio at 3 sites, and despite low water flow, officials say the river is safe to swim in and bacterial levels are currently not a concern.
We got a good rain last week of anywhere from 1 to 4 inches in our area, in the surrounding area, so it did help us out a lot for midsummer.
Rimkus says one good downpour will help get things back to normal. Park officials have not closed any areas along the Frio River due to the drought and water flow being the lowest in more than 10 years.
So we're not as bad as in 2011. There's lots of these places that have deep water in them. They're deep pockets, the water's still flowing.
Reporting from Concan, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
You told the people, Adam, you were going to show them.
Are you showing them?
Well, might have to wait till the end of the break. I don't know.
Do one of your famous kicks. We'll see him.
Let's just say, I was on vacation, for about a week, and my son and I got a pair of matching footwear. You never know what you're going to come home with. They look like vacation shoes. They do look like vacation shoes.
They're intrigued.
I'll be sharing them with you coming up later. Let's just say the design is called Solar Rainbow. All right, let's talk dew points really quickly. They dropped off quite a bit as they typically do later on in the day, but don't worry, tonight these numbers are going to skyrocket. It's going to be very sticky again tomorrow morning. There they are, baby. Look at these Crocs.
There they are.
Look at those bad
Show those shoes.
Yeah.
Show me your shoes. Are these not
zoomed
perfect?
out.
Right? Anyway, we will see that typical drop again by tomorrow afternoon, but it's going to be enough to give us a heat index of 105 to 109, just like my Crocs. All right, we'll be back talking about rain chances and how much rain fell and where today. Coming up.
Worth the price. When you come work on a weekend, we want you to be comfortable, and Adam Caskey is definitely comfortable tonight.
How cool are those?
Those are beautiful, man.
Yeah, they are.
I need a pair.
At least they're comfortable because the weather isn't.
They're comfortable. Just wait till
keep those toes cool.
I feel like there are other ways, but I won't go down that road.
Courtney wasn't as inspired by my fashion choice.
I said it's fine unless you put the socks in the Crocs.
The dad in me loves them.
I got 3 pairs of Croc socks to go with these.
God, no.
No joke. Not sporting them yet, but watch out. Someday it's going to happen when I really want to be comfortable. All right, so rain chances tomorrow up to 20%. I know that's about the best we can do. And then Thursday, again, we get up to about 20%. It's better than nothing, but obviously don't get your hopes up and don't expect much, if anything. Basically, don't expect rain. And if you happen to get a shower in the afternoon, count your lucky stars and count your blessings because it's really going to be the rarity. And here's a look at the rainfall from today. Everywhere you see a color on this map here in the hill country, that's where we had some showers pop up. And you look at the rainfall estimates and throughout parts of Bandera County, Kerr County, Rial County, Edwards County, up to an inch of rain in some of those rural areas. This is mainly falling on some ranches out there. So it's better than nothing. It's good to see at least somebody's getting some rain, but it's not enough to really count on. You can't count on getting it. And agriculturally pretty insignificant. But there's a look at the radar from earlier today. And we had those showers bubble up, a little bit of lightning with a few of them. Pretty brief in nature. And I do think tomorrow the coverage is going to spread closer to and maybe even over parts of San Antonio. Here's a look at our futurecast. Nothing but sunshine right off the bat at 9 a.m. in the morning. And then by the noon hour, you'll start to notice some of those patchy cumulus clouds bubbling up. And then by about 2-3 p.m., off in the distance, you may see a little rain shaft falling from those cumulus clouds. And if you're lucky, then maybe one would pass over your area. And maybe you could get hit by a brief thunder shower. Now, looking at 4 p.m. here on the futurecast, don't pay very close attention to the exact placement of these showers. Just the mere fact that even the high-res models are picking up on the fact that we've got enough instability. We should get hot enough to get the convection going and generate a few cooling showers and even some outflow boundaries that may give some locations a cooling breeze as well. It's going to be random and really luck of the draw. 95 right now. Southeasterly breeze at 7 miles per hour across the state. For the most part, 80s to near 90. It's a mixture, really, from mid-90s in Dallas to 88 in Abilene, beautiful Alpine at 81 degrees, 96 Laredo, 95 officially here in San Antonio. Tomorrow, we'll make it up to 105. Same story on Monday. So tomorrow and Monday, it's going to be more of the same. When you factor in the humidity, this top line here, that's the feels like temperature, the heat index. It'll feel like it's around 108 for a few hours in the afternoon, both Sunday and Monday. KSAT 12-hour forecast shows 79 at 7 a.m., total sunshine. By noon, sunny and 98. Not much of a breeze. Notice the wind here on the bottom of the screen. We're talking 3 to 8 miles per hour, variable. That's about it. Then that 20% chance of a few of those pop-up showers in the afternoon. Floresville, 105. Southside of San Antonio up to 107. Canyon Lake, 103. It'll feel good to be in the water at Canyon Lake with that temp of 103 tomorrow. And then upper 90s by Wednesday, Thursday as well, with another slight chance of a few showers. Hey, I'll send you all the link for these shoes because I know you're all probably going to want to match. Don't worry, I'll spread the love around.
You crock our world.
Crock me up.
You crock me up.
I'm comfortable.
Thanks for being here, Caskey.
And I look cool.
Larry,
All right, Larry.
Crocs.
Earlier today, you said Dak Prescott said he feels the best he's ever felt, and I said, quick, get some bubble wrap.
Yes, quick, get some bubble wrap, right? Don't let him run the ball very often unless he absolutely has to. Dak Prescott feeling good is certainly a plus for the Dallas Cowboys, but he also needs a certain wide receiver to step up. And Texans quarterback Davis Mills feels his experience is going to pay off coming up.
It's an honor to be here to play in front of you. Thank you so much, and it's just unbelievable atmosphere. Thank you.
The newest Wimbledon women's singles champion was humble and appreciated the crowd after her first Grand Slam title in big board sports. But first,
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott told the media today at his youth football camp that he's in the best shape of his life and that he's super excited for training camp to start. Now Dak needs rookie wide receiver and third-round draft pick Jalen Tolbert to step up now that Amari Cooper is in Cleveland and with Michael Gallup rehabbing a torn ACL.
Draft a guy in the third round, you expect him to come in and make a difference. And losing the weapons that we did out wide, we're going to count on him, and he knows that. But he's a guy that's come in, had the right approach in it, learned the playbook, asking more and more what he can learn, and he'll continue to get better. And I'm sure he's going to take huge strides just in this month we're off, knowing his personality and the guy he is.
Dak and the boys will open training camp July 27th in Oxnard, California. And training camp is rapidly approaching for the Houston Texans. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills, who had an up-and-down rookie season, was the guy this offseason, and that's key for him. His experience should pay off starting with training camp.
Definitely, yeah. I think experience is a big factor in how my game kind of progressed through the last season. And I mean, these reps I've gotten in this offseason are extremely valuable, and I'm excited to keep progressing. Obviously, I still have a lot to prove to myself and to my teammates to go out there and win games, but we're all excited for it, and I want to keep moving forward.
Texans kick off training camp July 29th at Houston Methodist Training Center. Turned nervous to wave ahead of her first Grand Slam championship match at Wimbledon. Elena Rybakina dropped the first set to Wnba, then rallied to take the next two sets to win the women's singles final 3-6, 6-2, 6-2. The 23-year-old showed no emotions, playing it cool after winning her first Grand Slam crown.
After losing the first set, I was just trying to tell myself that it's just final. You already did everything possible. It's already history. In the second and third, I was just focusing on every point on my game. And then when I finished the match, I was shocked. And because I was so into the match, you can see my reaction. I just couldn't believe what happened.
On the men's side, top seed Novak Djokovic will face unseeded Nick Kyrgios for the singles championship Sunday. Houston at Oakland this afternoon. Astros led 2-0, but Oakland would take the lead in the bottom of the fourth. Framber Valdez bounces the pitch in the dirt. Steven Piscotty scores from third for the third win of the inning. Seth Brown gets thrown out of third, but the damage is done. The A's come back to win it 3-2. We had a high-scoring game in Arlington between the Twins and Rangers. The bottom of the eighth, tied at 7. Marcus Semien hits one to the left field. It bounces in front of and over Nick Gordon to the wall it goes. Leota Taveras scores from second. Semien pulls in with an RBI triple. Rangers take it 9-7 for their second straight win. And we end with the baseball fan eating the seats while going for a foul ball. That's going to leave a mark. Get him an ice pack. Good news, though, he got the foul ball, which probably makes the pain feel a little bit better.
Wasn't feeling anything.
He looks fine, right?
Oh.
How did that happen? He's not even bleeding.
That guy, another beer.
I can't.
All right, we'll be right back.